My name is David Israel Silvas, and I believe I'm 42 years old. Sorry. It's been a long time. I never really think about my age. I grew up on the streets when I was about 10 and a half years old, so I was in and out of juvenile, and then they kept putting me in different foster homes and shelters, so pretty much I never really had a stable home till I moved to Tucson. I lived in a foster home for probably since I was like 13 to about 18. Before I came to the mission, there were some times where I used drugs, but mostly I'm more guilty of selling drugs. So since I was in and out of trouble, basically I went from having a home because I sold drugs to going to prison. So once I went to prison, I didn't have anywhere to go back home to call home since I was starting back at zero. That's why I decided to go to the mission. I was tired of not having any stability in my life, and I didn't want to spend the rest of my life going in and out of prison like the majority of my family members. I came June 10th, 2002 in the Renewed Life program, and then from there I moved into a home, and ever since then I just been working and changing my life and staying away from drugs. And but as far as my experience with Crossroads Missions, it's probably the only reason why I changed, because a lot of the people there, to me, they seemed like they really cared. They wanted to help me, to give me all the tools I needed to be successful and to help me strive, and I've never looked back since then. Best thing that ever happened to me was writing a letter to them. Even though it seems like life's never going to change, that you're going to be in the same circle over and over again, the only way anything will ever really actually change is if you make an effort. There's going to be a lot of times where, you know, you may fail, but you got to pick yourself up and keep on trying, because it's the trying that's going to get you to where you need to be eventually. So even if you fall and, you know, relapse or whatever the situation is, or make a mistake, you just got to tell yourself, you know, I'm normal, I'm human. Pick up the pieces and keep going. Otherwise you fall back into the same trap over and over again. Sometimes you have to move yourself outside of the circle and change the way that you think mentally in order to be successful. Before I came to the Crossroads Missions, I really didn't, I mean, I believed in God, I just didn't really believe that God believed in me. When I got out of prison and I had a chance to go to the Crossroads Missions, and then I was able to get on my feet and see that I had a chance of making it, then I realized that the whole time I thought I was doing it on my own, but then I realized I wasn't. It was someone looking after me, and it was God always giving me the answers that I needed, but I always ignored them. So, but the only thing that's helped me get through it, even when times are hard, is God. So that's the only reason why I made it. Even to this day, I've been blessed because of God. I started off working in the gas station, making $100+ a year for like 10 years, and then supposedly my wife had cancer, so I quit and let everything go and filed bankruptcy. And even then, when it was hard, God helped me through it. I moved back home to Tucson from Phoenix, and then I just got in the nursing field and started being a certified nursing assistant. And ever since then, you know, I went from minimum wage, and now I'm making like almost, probably this year I'll make about 92 grand. I've accomplished a lot because of them. If it wasn't for them convincing me that I was worth saving, then I wouldn't have made it, because nobody wanted to help a drug dealer or someone that went to prison for robbery. They wouldn't even give me a job, and these people gave me a chance. You know what I mean? It's the truth. These people saved me, man. I can't even tell you, bro. My way of thinking changed because of Crossroads Missions. I always thought I was exactly what I was told, you know, just gonna be like everybody else, you know, in and out of prison, and wasn't worth anything. But being a part of the program taught me that I could change the way that I think. That's a major problem I had, is growing up I was taught things were a certain way, and then being in a foster home my foster mom, and then taught me the right way, but I didn't listen. I was a kid. But then when I went to prison and Crossroads Missions gave me a chance, and I was, doing living there but working to stay there and going to worship. And at first, I'm not gonna lie to you, it was kind of like, oh man, I gotta go to worship every day, But then I realized, later on, like, I should have been thankful to God the whole time. It wasn't something that was forced on me anymore. It just helped me change my way of thinking. If I hadn't changed my way of thinking because of them, I thought everybody didn't care about me. But once I went there, I realized it was just the people I was around didn't care about me. These people did. Now, oh man, way different. I went from hurting people, destroying people's lives by selling drugs. Now I'm willing to do the things that I wasn't, which is earn my way, earn my keep, and actually help out people that need to be helped, like my grandkids. I adopted my grandkids. When my grandson was beat to death, then I realized I needed to pay forward what was given to me, give him a chance that I never had, to be loved and know that somebody's going to be there for you through thick and thin. And when they beat him to death and he almost died twice, and they brought him back, I realized then why God saved me. He saved me, and Crossroads Missions was part of his path that he wanted me to take. Everything happens for a reason. Because of everything I went through, now I'm able to, now I know my purpose, and my purpose was to, in the end, break the chain that I've been through in my life, so that my children and generations to come will have a chance that I didn't. And especially my grandson and my granddaughter, who no longer have parents. I've adopted them and my wife, so now they'll have a chance that they wouldn't have had. He lived, he didn't die, and now my granddaughter has a chance to move forward and become productive. So this place is what did it. I wasn't kidding when I said that this place saved me. So in the end, it's what you put into it, that's what you get out of it. And when I first got out of prison, I thought, man, I don't want to live in this little room with another guy in a shelter, you know what I mean? And people are gonna make fun of me, and like, this is stupid, I have a place to go, But then the other part of me was like, well, what if this is what I need, And sometimes you need to take yourself outside of what you're used to change things up in order to get a new start. And that's what Crossroads Missions will do for you. It may not look pretty on the outside, like a brand new home, but what you get out of it in the end will get you to where you need to be. Like you said, the program I was in, I didn't even remember the name. She said it was Renewed Life. And that's exactly what it gave me, and I didn't even think about that till right now. It did exactly what it was supposed to. They gave me a different perspective on life, and now because of that I can help out other people.